story. Tony Stark made Iron Man when he was in that cave, held captive.
No doubt.
Spider-Man was bitten by the spider. That's how he got his powers. Can we talk about the origin story of toe drag swag and your first ever foray into that art form that you have created? I believe it starts in 2004 when you're in your second year with the Vikings, and I think we have the video.
Yeah, I was playing for the Vikings, and this is a two-point conversion. I running basically a pylon route where you get up, you run the fade, and then you come back downhill. Degree of difficulty on this catch still to this day, one of my favorite catches, because coming downhill, having to track the ball coming outside, and then looking at the pylon while dragging my left foot before I slide out of bounds. I remember making that catch with pure hands, holding the ball in front of me, and then my eyes shot immediately to the turf and seeing my toes drag across the grass before I went out of bounds. And I said to myself, I'm really good. And it was like that moment I arrived where I thought I could make amazing catches against amazing DBs. Before that, it was I can make a good catch and help my team. But this was the catch where I realized degree of difficulty, you can't tell me anything other than I am one of the best wide receivers, not just in this division, but in the NFL. And then I started talking about dragging your toes and toe drag swag. And I coined it, and then I trademarked it, and I put it on a T-shirt, and I just wore it around the facility. And a couple of fans saw me wearing it around town, and they're like, hey, can I buy that? I'm like, I guess. That makes sense. And I put it on a website, and people started purchasing it. Then years later, I linked up with Vanilla Gorilla, and we created a brand that became almost synonymous with this show. Just like one day, the NBA started showing really cool passes, I wanted to present another element of the game that we don't talk about much, which is that sideline catch or that back of the end zone catch. And that's how I came up with toe drag swag.
It's incredible.
There's an element to it, too, where now it's become part of the lexicon. And if someone says, oh, he's got that toe tap, and it's like, no, it's toe drag swag. Like, you want to correct them. Like, no, not toe tap. Like,
that's out.
Toe drag swag. And then we would start hearing it from the broadcasters, you know, like Andrew Catalan would say it on a CBS game, and then Joe Buck once said it, and I believe Jim Nantz once said it with Tony Romo. It's become part of not only our show, but the NFL lexicon. It might be your legacy as you move on to bigger and broader. We'll always have toe drag swag here on the show.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's a weekly segment that I still can do. Maybe I'm not sitting here at the table, but I'll be able to do a segment or two from the CBS building, and maybe I'll bring that toe drag swag back once a week.
The 04 Vikings. Right?
Yeah, 04 Vikings, one of my favorite years.
One of the playoffs.
Yeah, what happened in 05? Like, you guys went on this boat one time. We've never spoken about it in 5 years.
Let's do it right now. We got 20 seconds.
I think we got 20 seconds. 5 years.
All right.
Minnesota boat trip, go.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, the Lake Minnetonka
tell us about it.
Yeah.
They purify?
I think we're running up on a commercial break. Well, we'll talk about it when we come back.
Okay, so you had a defensive back. His name was Fred. Aaron Rodgers is like, we got to win a title this year, and I think this is the team. Do we agree? And who else could beat out the Pack in the NFC? It's Nate's last day in Good Morning Football. Don't go anywhere.